Warning: the following video contains Pecker Tom Ron. If you are triggered by Pecker Tom Ron due to his crimes, please skip this video. We will return on Sunday after a live viewing of WWE Elimination Chamber. Pecker Tom Ron is an animal who should be locked in a cage until the day that he dies. In the meantime, we are going to continue to use him to exploit white truths. If you are an American Negro and an American Negro only, subscribe to Rasslin with Racism on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Fanbase, and at Non-Crackers at Al on Twitter X for more white truths.
Sister is black, but she is sure not pretty, and her skirt is short. Lord knows the legs are steady, and to walk to school, she's got to get up early. Her clothes are on, but they are never ever dirty. They're living just enough, just enough for the city. A brother is smart, he's got more sense than many. His patience is long, but soon he won't have any. 'Cause to find a job is like a haystack needle. 'Cause where he lives, they don't use colored people. They're living just enough for the city.
And now, our feature presentation. Welcome to Rasslin with Racism, where we wrestle with racism every single day of our lives. If you are an American Negro and you are not subscribed to Rasslin with Racism, check out the other content. And if it hits you to the core, subscribe and share with every single American Negro that you know, whether you are a wrestling fan or not. The following hour will be a compilation of satire filled with white truths. Unfortunately, it is featuring Pecker Tom Ron,
Need to hear our
the
voices even
anti-black
more, or else it's
idiot.
gonna continue, and we fade out.
Yes, but HBK, here's what I'm getting at.
If
Can
you
you
are
deny?
triggered
Can you
by
deny
Pecker
what I
Tom
said
Ron,
about
given
AEW?
light of his new
Uh,
charges,
black wrestlers
I
that I named
advise you
that
to
they're
skip
jobbers.
this
Can you deny
particular
that?
video. However, we
No, I
will
don't.
So
return
why would
this
I? Why
Sunday
would I
with a
celebrate
live
Swerve
viewing
Strickland and
of
say, "Hey, that's
Elimination Chamber.
progression"? When I look around and like, well, who gonna challenge him for this title? Is Powerhouse Hobbs is about to job out to John Moxley when
HBK.
he should technically destroy this motherfucker.
Look, no,
Look at him.
look. Any way you look at it, that even that one small step, bro, that should be celebrated as progression,
Oh, I
regardless if it
celebrated.
doesn't.
I had a beer to him. You know, hey,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yes, yes. Okay, let me finish. Please, thank you. That right there alone should mean that there's going to be continued progression, regardless if it's just that one step, that one small step, even if it's just what it can progress things, man. Look, when one black succeeds in pro wrestling, that's not just it.
Bro, it is fucking 2024, and we still taking small steps. Do you hear
Man,
yourself?
we've been.
It's 2024, and we still taking small steps
So are you
in
saying that
professional
all
wrestling.
blacks should have championships, man?
Why is it about championships? I'm talking about tangible.
Like,
I
cause
want
it
tangibles. I
sounds like.
want tangibles all together. I want us in the offices. I want us on that commentators table. I want us in the referees. I want us to be camera people. I want us to be motherfucking goddamn managers. I want us to be goddamn wrestlers. It's not just
Bro,
about
that
championships.
is
I
HBK. That is
want
like
them to.
that's exactly what I'm pointing
I
out.
want them to put on pro wrestling shows. Now, let me tell you something.
That's
Let
what
me
I'm
tell you
pointing
something.
out.
When shit like that, let me tell you something. When shit like that get to popping, when you do create your own promotion, and people start noticing that everything is black, guess what that's called?
No, 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 no. Shut the fuck up.
Discrimination.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna let them keep going on that. Yeah, spit your
No,
shit, brother.
shut the fuck up.
You got it.
You fucking goddamn black.
Lot more. It take a lot. No, we didn't disparage you, and I never disparaged you.
Now if you're talking disagreements, then here's what I'm saying. I hear everything you're saying, man.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that you're going about it is that you make it pretty clear that you have this adamant belief, right? That Tony Khan
It's not
and
just
like
Tony
others
Khan.
in
It's not
this,
just
no,
Tony
no,
Khan. It's white folk. It's
wait
white
a
folk
minute.
all together.
HBK, hold on a minute. This not, wait a second. Let me finish. Respectfully, let
You
me
got it.
finish. All right. Because you talk about Tony Khan being adamantly racist. Well, he's never made a racist remark. He's never made a racist tweet. He's never even put black wrestlers in his company in racist gimmicks. And then you had this. You say that that he took advantage of Jade Cargill. Really?
Yeah, more than like either that or he was racist. Because
As
that
someone
mother.
as someone as small and fragile as Tony
Hey, close
is,
the door.
how do you see him taking advantage of someone that can fold him in half?
Say that again.
You say that he tried to take advantage of
Uh
Jade
huh.
Cargill with someone as small and fragile as
Uh
Tony
huh.
Khan is. How is someone like that going to take advantage of someone like Jade who can fold him in half
White
and kill him?
supremacists like Tony Khan do that shit all the time. He's a
But
billionaire. He got hella
Tony
power,
is a
and he can
Tony
scare women. Like at
Tony
the
is
end
as
of the day,
fragile.
wrestling fake, and she's a woman. All right. So if a woman
He's
gets sexually
fragile like a
assaulted,
stick.
women been getting sexually assaulted in professional wrestling forever. China got sexually assaulted before several times, and she big as hell, and she ain't beat the shit out of them. She was scared, and she didn't even report the shit. Come on, now you know what the what are you talking about? You act like that's not
You
possible.
you 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 you're thinking that someone like
Man,
Tony Khan, who is as
Tony
fragile as
Khan
a
is a
stick
white
man,
supremacist. What are you talking about?
a, a fragile stick
Okay.
man, you think he's gonna walk up to Jade and go like, "Hey Jade, let me take advantage of you because I'm white."
Hey, with no button man behind them, yeah. I'm white and I say so. You don't know that they play that game? You had no idea about that. 29 years you've been on this earth.
No, well, no, nobody does. Not even you, because we're not backstage at these shows. We're not in the business. Nobody is.
Speak for yourself. But I understand what you're saying, sir. And
Are you
yeah, I'm
sure?
quite
Are you
positive.
sure? Because
You know, a white supremacist, they real tricky. And like I said, I brought up the reasons as to why he is a white supremacist. Of course, he's not going to give them racist gimmicks in 2024. Of course, he's not going to mistreat them in public in 2024. The way that he does it,
and
the
you
way that
think if
he does it,
AEW had
the way that
started
he
back
does it,
then,
the way that he does it is jobs them out and give you one token nigger and say, hey, look, I'm not racist, so I'm gonna put the title on them for 4 months and they'll never get the title again. But the white folk always say, hey, he gave the title to Swerve. And that's all they ever gonna be able to say for the rest of the AEW existence.
and you really believe that he's gonna do that, what? How about this? How about this, man? What makes you think that? Cause here's the thing, he could have just hired them by just giving people jobs, not just because they're black, and say, "Oh, hey, look, guys, I hired someone. I'm not racist. You see, we got a black guy here. We got a black person there. We got black people
You do know
everywhere."
that that happens, right?
You really
You
you
do
really
you
don't
do
believe
know
you
that
really
that
don't
happens,
believe that
right?
people can be just
You do know
hired.
that that happens, right? It's not gonna be long. Well, it
That
wasn't
that's that
long.
man,
It wasn't long,
HBK.
and white folk are already calling Swerve a DEI champion. Matter of fact, Tony Khan probably believe that Swerve is a DEI champion. He probably mad as hell. God damn it! I had to give it
A
to a nigger. God damn it!
a
Just
DEI
to please
champion.
these people. He trying to get a
Wait,
TV deal.
HBK.
So he trying to show that he the
A
he got to play the nice guy right now.
a
Yeah.
HBK. What is a DEI champion? What is it?
Whatever the then DEI, white folk made the term diversity exclusion. I mean inclusion, fucking exclusively, whatever the fuck they said. Technically, it mean nigger. That's what the fuck they mean.
Okay, if you believe that Tony does that,
Yeah,
here's the thing: you can get public about this. Why not talk to him?
I take it to Tony Khan all the
Why
time.
why
He the bitch
why
that won't
why
respond.
not why not use all
I
that
take it to Tony
energy and
Khan
weight
all the
that you
time. He the
have?
one. He the bitch that don't respond. I ask him valid questions.
You ask him valid
Yeah,
question. Do you at
yeah.
him?
Check it out.
Has it ever occurred to you that you come hostile?
I've been cool before, but like I said, I tell it like it is. At the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing to hide, then you should be able to speak on it. This is something that he's never spoken on. He never owned up to Big Swole. He speak about every goddamn thing up under the sun. He never said nothing about what happened with Jonathan Gresham. But he was easy to let them go. He was easy to let
He
Leo
said
Rush
Big.
go. Because Leo Rush was the only
Leo
one
Rush kept
that stood up and said something about that shit. Everybody else was trying to protect their job. Maybe that's
and Leo Rush kept retiring. He kept retiring. Jonathan Gresham, he felt some type of way because he lost the title
man.
to
Listen, if you
Pastor
know if you
Knowles.
know what was going on around that time, fucking he was on Rampage doing something with Lee Moriarty, and they was fucking tag teaming but breaking up and doing all this little stupid shit on Rampage that don't nobody watch every week. And then he fucking lost the title to Claudio, and Claudio on fucking Dynamite every goddamn week after that. You don't think that's a form of white supremacy? Do you think that Jonathan Gresham sucked that fucking bad that you can't fucking feature him a little bit on TV?
But you really going to say that Tony Khan is racist without
Well, he let
trying
him go without
to
no
at
problem.
least talk to her?
He let him go without no problem. I asked him about that. He not gonna answer. He
You
not gonna
asked him.
answer questions that's gonna stir up any fucking thing that's gonna hurt his company. At the same time, he's not going to do anything for the black Americans in his company. This
Trying to label.
tokenism is cute. Hey, I'm
But you ever notice you try to label someone racist who's potentially not racist, man? You ever
can I
do
ask you
that?
a question?
They
Can I ask you a question?
please.
When did white folks stop being white folks?
Obviously never.
Okay,
But let me
okay,
ask you this.
okay. So if they never
But let me ask
stop
you this.
being white,
Let me let
they
me ask
talk
you.
about the
Are
black on black crime that goes on in your city.
but how sure are you that all whites are racist, bro? There are such thing as white who aren't racist. Even people of like Mexican, Asian, and
Muhammad
all that.
Ali,
There
I'm
are
gonna
such
quote
thing as
Muhammad Ali. I'm gonna quote Muhammad Ali if you would allow me to quote Muhammad Ali.
please.
Muhammad Ali said that if there are 100,000 snakes coming out to kill me, then I'm gonna do the best I can to sling as many of them off as I can. I gotta fight through their system and survive as long as I can. I gotta fight through that, which I shouldn't have to as an American citizen, but that's what it is, right? But if there's 10,000 out of that 100,000 that's really good meaning to hurt, and they really, really, truly mean well, they are not part of this, who got time to pick that shit up? Ronnie, do you have time to navigate through that? 29 of your years is gone. Aren't you tired of navigating through that shit? And notice I said they snakes too. So they'll bite your ass quicker than anything. But they respect snakes more than they respect you.
Hmm.
When did they stop having that mentality? Of course, your boss is the coolest man ever. Because he gonna keep your ass fucking working.
Okay, so let me ask
Hmm.
you, all this about all this about Tony Khan, do you feel that way about Triple H?
Yes. First of all, if you want to go to the WWE, before this WrestleMania, a black American haven't won on pay per view since Backlash of last year. I think Bianca won and lost the title at SummerSlam or some shit like that. So one out of
And she had it, well, mind you, she had a year-long record, right? And
and,
like she went to back-to-back WrestleManias with the championship.
and technically the um what the fuck is their name? Uh, God damn it, what is their name? Uh,
What?
oh, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Oh, the Street Profits.
Yeah.
My bad, I had a long day and like, but motherfucking the Street Profits, they haven't done shit with them. They wasn't on pay per view every month, until WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? They really wasn't doing shit with them, and they don't have no direction for this new thing with Bobby Lashley and none of that shit. And I'm very optimistic about the WWE based off of what I've seen in NXT.
Especially with Oba Femi.
Obafemi, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Lash Legend,
Jav-
uh,
yeah,
my,
the young guy, Javono,
Wesley,
shit.
Jesse.
Yeah, he's a 19-year-old. He recently had a match with
Mm-hmm.
Ilya. What the fuck is his name? Cause I'm afraid I'm gonna say it wrong.
Ilya Dragoff. Say his name wrong. Fuck it. He white.
No, no, no. He's a 19-year-old black
Oh,
man.
you
He
talking
had a
about
match with Ilya Dragunov.
no, I know who you talking about. Yeah. No, that's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm telling you. Like, and hopefully they start building a cruiserweight. Hey, hold on one second. Hey, hey, hey. Y'all relax. Okay. Let them see it real quick. Just for a few minutes. Boy. Hello. All right,
Yeah, I'm
my
here.
bad. Um,
Yeah, but I agree with NXT. I like what they're doing with
and
NXT.
that make me optimistic about the future, but at the same time, Triple H is just as much as a white supremacist as Shawn Michaels is. And like I said, they
Oh,
Hollywood. You got to look at Hollywood. Don't Hollywood use Black Americans to make them look like trash? They use them in the highest capacity, um, to make them look like trash. Why you think sick people like Sexy Red out here? What?
I don't fuck with anything sexy red. I'd rather
But at
stay
the
the fuck
same
away from
time,
sexy
this
red.
is what the white supremacists are in control of. This is what they are promoting. This is who are making the
You
most
know,
money
Shawn
out of this
Michaels
shit.
is running NXT
And
though.
so Shawn Michaels is a white supremacist as well, but they are using these people. Listen, if you could use some people for your game, You don't have to like them, but you are gonna work with them. So they gonna smile in your face, but they gutting you at the same time. You got to look at it like this. You got to look at it like this. Look at Triple H and Steph. How many black people, black Americans, he got on his staff that he chose? White supremacy. They the ones that's getting out there getting them two, 300, $400,000 a year paychecks for their craft. It's black Americans that go to school and do the same fucking shit that they do. But black Americans get overlooked in this business, and they get overlooked in America overall. That's the fucking issue with me. All my commentators, white. I got to look at one black referee.
You forget Byron Saxon, by the way.
Okay, he used to be sitting at the fucking table and he was the shit. Why is he not sitting there now?
I
And on
don't.
top
Well,
of that,
I'll
and on
say
top of
this.
that, there you go throwing out one person like that's supposed to just mean something to me. Can I get
No,
two or three of
no.
these motherfuckers? God damn. What happened to Percy
Can
Watson?
I wait a second?
Shit.
HBK. I was going to say real quick that Byron Saxton does commentator better than any of them personally,
Yeah.
especially
Corey
Corey Graves.
Grazer's
I can't stand
ass.
that nigga. Especially, see, I just be waiting for Byron to punch Corey in the
Yeah,
face.
well, he gotta be a good nigga. He don't want to step out of line. If Michael
Yeah, that
Cole
may,
punched
that
him
may
in the
that may
face, then hey, he deserved it. If Byron Saxton did it, hang that nigga, and it'll be like that. See, you don't look at the shit that I gotta deal with. All I ask, because like I said, I'm hustling all fucking day. All I ask is how many black Americans are wrestling on the program. And I get all types of shit. Oh, you nigger, why you gotta know this? And da, da, da. I just asked the fucking question. Since when did black people be that vile? Normally, if we have an issue with each other, we've done something to each other. All I did was ask a question, and white folk ready to hang my children? Ronnie, when did white folk change?
when did white folks change?
It's
I wish, like,
2024
man,
now. Did they change
I
in
wish
did
I
they change in 1995? What about 1987? They changed in 1987, didn't they? They've been the shit since.
respectfully, HBK. I wish I could tell you that not all of white people in the world are racist. I could, but something like, even if I were to show you all the nice non-blacks in the world, you would have a hard time believing it because you'll feel there's another agenda in the wakes.
What are you talking about? Elaborate.
You talk about when did whites change? Are you sure that every white is as evil and racist? Because I haven't
Okay,
come across that many. I
now I
haven't come
want you to
across that
notice
many
something. I
racist
want you to
whites.
notice something too. And we did talk about racist people, and but the main thing, the topic is the system of white supremacy, and that's bigger than racism can never be. Hey, a citizen could be racist. I might be able to punch them and get away with it. I might just have to bite a bullet. You know what I'm saying? But it just, especially with all these Karens and Kens out here, like I said, it's a lot of white folk that don't look at you as human beings.
course, and I'm gonna
it's
call that out.
easier. Would
I'm
you
gonna
would
call
you would you
just
recognize that it's easier for a boy to become a girl than it is for a black American man to live in white society and be himself with no issues?
abs- absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? This is the world that we still
And
living
and
in. We
that
gotta act a certain way. Like you just came off on me and told me, you don't say that. This is what you sound like. You don't, it's a certain way. You don't say. Why? When they can say
well,
what the fuck they want to.
I
They
don't
could say
talk
what
like
the
that.
fuck they want. I said that's how you sounded like to me. Don't come off on me like that. What the hell? These people say what the fuck they want to, and if they hang you upside down and burn your motherfucking ass, 9 times out of 10 they gonna get away with the shit. That's white supremacy.
And H and I'm going to call that out and fight against
You
it.
ain't gonna call it
I'm not
out when you
about that
burnt
shit.
up. You ain't gonna
I'm gonna
call it
call
out
that
when you
shit out.
burnt up. I'm telling you that these is how
And
these
here's
motherfuckers is. You better stop dealing with these motherfuckers.
HBK. Here's what I'm saying. Like just like you're exposing racism, just like anybody that is doing it, I'm gonna keep doing that too. I'm going to also fight against that. Of course I am. I'm not naive. I don't have blinders on.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a
I
question?
don't
Can I ask
blindness
you a
up.
question? They call us animals and shit, right? When they
Yes.
love animals more than they love us, like they love dog. You kill a fucking dog, shit. That's what white folk get the death penalty for killing animals, and they be fucking animals and all that shit, man. These motherfuckers, they nasty too. Ugh. So, ugh. But anyway, these motherfuckers, listen. We could continue to call this shit out all that we want. It's got to be a stoppage to the shit. There's got to be an end to it, and that's what I'm trying to do. Put an end to it,
Yeah,
and it is a
and
simple
I
solution to putting an end to it. We was warned not too long ago: separation or death. I'm gonna give you an example of something.
making them look weak
Station,
and goofy.
the same television station that plays the NBA. AEW is on that. And black American children are looking at wrestling. And every time they see a black American wrestler, they see them losing. Now, you know, between the ages of 0 and 7, black American children take in more information during that time than anything, and it helps shape them. It helps shape them. And AEW is presenting all black American wrestlers to look weak. Well,
I
you
hope one
haven't
day you
shown
could
me
talk to
anything
Tony
different.
about that.
But you wouldn't mention that to Tony. You would just kiss his ass and tell him he's doing a great job, despite the fact that his company is failing.
Despite the company failing and yep, still on TV somehow.
Well, you know, their contract is almost
I
up.
mean, let me ask you, would you talk to Tony in a space or in person?
Yes,
Would
I
you?
would tell Tony Khan exactly how I feel.
Would you tell him about the lie you made up about him in terms of Jay Cargill?
I would ask him about Jade Cargill. That would be my first question.
And what do you assume his answer will be?
A lie?
Like, explain it. What? How do you think he'll say it?
He would deny it.
No, yeah, but how would you say that? How would you think that he would say it?
I don't know. I don't know. How
So
the
you
fuck am
don't
I
know
supposed
then.
to know?
So you don't know. So you don't know if it's so because you have no evidence.
Bro, you sound stupid as fuck.
So you got no evidence then.
Okay.
What?
Well, if you go and ask someone did they rape somebody, you think they gonna tell you yeah?
You gonna really call Tony a rapist when you
Honestly,
don't know?
you really believe that?
Yeah. Do you really believe he's a
Do
rapist?
you believe that
Do,
if Tony Khan attempted to rape Jade Cargill,
which he didn't. That's impossible.
or touch her inappropriately.
Also impossible because Jade
Do
will
you
kill him.
do you think he's going to tell me that?
Both those two things will be impossible because Jade will kill him.
Would you tell me if you did something like that, Ronald?
Also impossible because I'm not a creep.
But I'm asking you, if you did,
There's no if
would
because I'm
you
not a creep.
tell me that you did it?
There's no if because I'm not a creep.
Well, more than likely, he's going to deny it, regardless. All right.
You
So
sure?
you sound
Because I
stupid
mean,
in
there's
even
still no
asking that.
evidence.
Now, how do you feel? Since I answered several of your questions, how do you
The
feel
fuck
about
up!
the
Who was
officer
Shut up!
that
Shut the fuck up!
the officer that killed? I'm gonna let him keep going on that. Yeah, spit your
Yo,
shit, brother.
shut the fuck up!
You got it.
You fucking goddamn
Fucking
creep.
nigger.
Ease your mind. Where I'm at, I'm working for something different. I'm working for something better. We talking about tangibles. And that going back to what you were saying about the championships, to me is not just about championships. I want to see tangibles for my people.
For like, so you want to see them like
I want to see
go
them
places
in the
in every
offices. I want
direction.
them in every direction. And you can't sit up here and point to me and be like, oh, Will Washington is a writer in AEW and be like, oh, see, they got black people there. When I'm sitting here, once again, as you admitted, that these black wrestlers are jobbing left and right.
But do you believe that Tony Khan just hired Will Washington as tokenism?
Yeah, how many other black American writers do he have?
But how do you not
And you
know
can't
that
tell
he
me that
just
black people stupid. Don't tell me there ain't no smart black people in professional wrestling now. You believe that black people still shucking and jiving as idiots?
hold on.
That's a question. Hey, Tasha, how you doing? Are you there?
Yeah, I had to mute.
Oh, okay. Um, no,
What was you
I
asking?
was saying like you don't think that black people out here shucking and jiving, they just all ignorant and shit. It is some smart black American minds in professional wrestling, right?
There are some smart minds in pro wrestling.
Black,
As far as black,
yes.
obviously you can say they're a little too few. I'm not disputing that.
Why are there a little too few? Is it because white folks still don't value black Americans as people? Still,
I wouldn't even know if I asked, like, if I even were to talk to any of them there. If you want that kind of talk, you would have to like really get in public and talk to the people that that you call out.
this is above you, right?
Is it above
I'm
me?
asking you.
It's not a. This isn't above me. Of
Well,
course,
then this is a conversation between me and you, and I'm asking a question. I'm asking your opinion, if anything.
So what were you asking?
What I'm asking, you know what? My thing is this: the system of supremacy have to be destroyed because there's too few of us when there's so many more that's capable. You understand what I'm saying? And we still not respected by white folk in that aspect. Giving us a championship, that's not breaking the bridge. Like I said, especially when I'm looking around and seeing my people losing left and right. I don't see them having potential to be a contender within the next 2 or 3 years, and it shouldn't even have to take that long. It's not the wrestlers' fault that why they look bad. It's the book. Tony Khan make black American wrestlers look worse than any other ethnic group in professional wrestling.
Even worse than Vince McMahon, dare you say?
Hey, Vince McMahon has a history of being a racist, a
So,
white
but you,
supremacist.
yeah.
Vince
So
McMahon is the epitome of white supremacy. But you know what?
yeah, but how can you say that Tony is worse as him when Tony
Because
hasn't
Tony
made them look
Khan is
any
the one
less
that's
racist?
smiling in your fucking face and acting like he not. It's two different. Let me
And
tell you something
has
about
he
what. Do
ever?
you know about the system of white supremacy? Do you know how they work? Do you know how the Donald Trump versus Biden shit
Speak
is?
the case.
Biden is just as
It, it,
racist as Donald Trump. They the
yeah,
fucking
okay.
same.
Have you ever seen Tony Khan put any black wrestler in
I
some
don't have
weird
to see it. I
racist
know white
gimmick?
supremacy when I see it. I'm sitting up here giving you prime examples of how of what white supremacy of
Because here's what I'm saying. Look, you seen what Vince McMahon has done to black
hmm
people, and you seen the skits of his place and what DX did to the
You
nation.
want to know? You want to
You
know
see,
how Vince McMahon is a white supremacist?
oh, I
No,
know
no,
this.
no.
I know this. I've been
Watch
knew
this.
this.
Why is it that the things that Vince McMahon did, he only getting sued. He not getting charged criminal. But R. Kelly go to jail immediately, and Bill Cosby go to jail immediately, unjustly, because Bill Cosby wasn't supposed to be locked up, and that's why they let him go. They still found a way to put a black man in jail. Same thing with O.J. Simpson, who just passed. Rest in peace.
I don't know, man.
They found a way to put him in jail because they was mad. It's funny because O.J. Simpson was white folk favorite nigger at one time, and now he's the most hated black man in American history. And white folk, that's the word. The O.J. Simpson verdict is the worst thing that ever happened to white folk collectively as a people, even over 9/11. So, if I want to see great representation for my people, why is it that white folk have an issue with it? And even worse, why is it black Americans like you?
Beans and cornbread, beans and cornbread, beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread had a fight. Beans knocked cornbread out of sight. Cornbread said, now that's all right. Meet me on the corner tomorrow night.
This motherfucker over here got the audacity to be anti-black. Subscribe to Rasslin with Racism on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Fanbase, and at Nine Crackers at Al on Twitter X for more white truths. Pecker Tom Rod, stop diddling children, you nasty son of a bitch. Your ass need to be locked in a cage.
He's a madman.
Boy, take a lot is an awkward way of holding a shot.
I was choking one of my nieces. And see, this is why I hate black folks.
Oh, you hate black folks.
I hate black folks.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
I'm gonna let him keep going on that. Yeah, spit your
Yo,
shit, brother.
shut the fuck up.
You got it.
You fucking goddamn black
Take a commercial with Michael Jackson. Is that what you're gonna refer me to one person? Like Swerve Strickland is the only black American, non-mixed black American in AEW with success and still is made to look like a chump. I mean, a white man grabbed something out of a black man's hands. That don't happen in real life. They literally chumping this man out on television. Okay, so let's speak on black people that you do know. How do you feel about Swerve Strickland title reign so far? Oh, and all of a sudden you don't have no opinion on Swerve Strickland. You don't even care about Swerve Strickland.
was
That's
trying to
crazy.
unmute. I think you're fucking up again.
Oh well, yeah, they do like to
Now,
fuck up
now,
spaces. That
this is
that
coming from someone who called Swerve Strickland a handkerchief and a token, and you hate him, so you can't talk.
okay. So you want to tell me how you feel about them?
I've always liked Swerve Strickland, even in his indie,
Mm-hmm.
even when he was in the Indies and he went to WWE and he came into AEW and soared. What he
Mm-hmm.
does in his personal business and his personal life, none of my business. But for some reason, it's a big issue to you when you think, because he said that black women are ugly. You think that him saying that in a joking way is
And
somehow
he said that
harmful.
he did not want. He also, and this is on video. He also said that when he was listed in the top 500 black American, I mean not black American, but black um, wrestlers around the world, he literally said that he did not want to be a part of that list. That's what he said. That's what he said. Everybody else was proud and happy for their position. Nobody argued with their position out of 500 people. He was the only one to separate himself and said that he did not want to be a part of that list.
And you assume
So this is him,
and you
being
assume
a
since
Pecker
him
top
saying
handkerchief. It's not me accusing him of it, and I will post both of those,
this
because it is documented.
this is you assuming
I know
what
you're
you're
not
thinking.
aware of anything in the black community, so I will
You
make you aware
you
of it.
you
I'm going to wake you up.
and I keep getting talking.
But so it's not. I didn't call him that out of
Yeah, you did.
maliciousness. This is him. But the question that you deflected from,
You realize you
the question
assume.
that you deflected from, how do you feel about Swerve Strickland current
I just
title reign?
fucking told you how I felt about Swerve. Did you not hear?
No, you told me how you felt about him coming in and
I
doing work and
said
shit.
how I
I'm
felt
talking.
about Swerve Strickland. If you pay attention, dummy, I said that I've always liked Swerve Strickland in the Indies, especially WWE, and how he's soared and flourished in AEW. You didn't hear me because you didn't fucking listen. You didn't know when to shut
I
the
heard
fuck
you
up.
say that. I'm asking about his title reign specifically. How do you feel about his title reign? Do you think that he's being booked properly
In term in
as
in terms
champion?
of being booked properly, are there things that I wish that could have been booked better with him? Absolutely. But I've lo-
So what are your issues with him as champion? Like what? Elaborate.
what are the issues? Well, apparently, well, it's not my issue, but it's apparently everyone else's issue that think that
No,
no,
to give
no,
me
no, no,
your
no, 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 no,
issues.
no.
What your opinion?
My opinion, which in turn brings up the issues that everyone has with it. As I was saying before, I was interrupted like usual. So my opinion is that he could be booked better because the issue with that, in terms of everyone else, thinks that because he's not on the last match of the card or in the main event, that somehow devalues him as champion, when clearly that doesn't. Now, you assume he's going to lose the title at at Forbidden Door to Will Ospreay. You think he's going to lose it like that? I don't believe he is, because AEW has not done a double champion thing like since Sammy Guevara with the whole TNT championship. I don't think they're gonna do that with
MJF
Osprey
was
at Forbidden Door.
MJF was the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions as well as the AEW Heavyweight Champion.
You're talking about MJF.
You just said that they have not had a double champion. We are literally talking about a man that was just double champion just a few months ago. He was the heavyweight champion on top of that.
Who
And we're talking about Will Ospreay, who white folk feel is better than MJF.
I literally said they haven't done a double champion thing in a while. They're not gonna do that with Osprey.
Oh, okay.
Like pay attention. The fuck is wrong with you, man?
So, what can they do better with Swerve Strickland to make him have? Do you think that his title reign has been a success so far? Do he
In my
feel
opinion, yes.
like a world champion to you?
In my opinion, yes. And my opinion is all that matters at this point.
So you feel like they have booked him as a world champion as strong as they booked MJF, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Chris Jericho, and Cody Rhodes and
Ah,
whoever
so
else was
you do
champion.
watch AEW,
I'm aware of what's going
but you
on.
do watch it though.
No, not at all.
Keep telling yourself
I
that.
have not seen an episode of Dynamite in years. And I've never watched a full episode of Dynamite. They don't keep my attention.
Unless a black man is on screen, right?
No, they don't even keep my attention with the black American wrestlers. They have them jobbing out left and right.
Not even Swerve, who you hate, right?
I don't hate Swerve at all.
The handkerchief comment.
I don't mean I hate him. He's a handkerchief head
That
nigger, Pecker
that
Tom nigger.
means you hate
I'm
him.
allowed to criticize my own
That
people.
means you hate him.
No, it doesn't mean it, I hate him. You think like a white person.
Yes, because you hate
You think
me.
that everything white say is
You
hate.
hate me.
Why do you think like whites? Why do you think like a white supremacist? Did you watch that video? Who taught you to hate yourself? I don't think you
Don't
did.
you hate me? Don't you? You call me that.
No, you annoying as fuck, but
Yeah,
you're all
but
right.
you hate me, so that means you hate me.
I don't hate
You
you. I just wish you would do better with
you
your life.
hate me. You're a hateful person.
I wish that you would do better. To get out your mama house.
Translation: you hate me. Why do you hate me?
I didn't say that I hated you.
You're disguising it as hate.
Okay, well,
Oh, by the
so
way, you brought up Michael Jackson, right?
wait a minute. One more question. If Will Ospreay win the AEW heavyweight from Swerve at Forbidden Door, how would you feel about Swerve Strickland title reign overall? Do you believe that it would have been a success?
Yeah, yeah. If Swerve retains it, I'll be happy. If Will Ospreay wins it,
And
but
if you lose
no
the
skin
title,
off my bones. I'm happy about it either way.
I said if you lose the title, if he lose the title, will you deem his title reign a success?
In my opinion, yes. And also,
Hmm?
if Will Ospreay wins it, good for him. I support wrestlers. That's all I do.
Mhm.
Oh, but I suppose supporting wrestlers is bad too, right?
No, I mean this is your opinion. This is your opinion.
But you don't respect me.
Um, this is your opinion. You um are happy with Swerve Strickland title reign, even though we haven't seen the main event. You know,
He's been in the main event as champion before. Not as much as we would like, but he's been in the main event.
right. So, how do you feel about have any other Black American progressed in AEW? Non-mixed Black American progressed in AEW? Um, since Swerve Strickland won the AEW championship?
They are black, by the way, but so far no.
No, none.
But they are black, just so you know.
No, I'm just saying, no non-mixed Black Americans
So
progressed. No.
in
So
AEW
no.
since Swerve Strickland won the AEW championship?
Nope.
As a matter of fact, that would you agree that I'm sorry, I'm reading something.
Come, girl, speak up. Come on.
Would you agree that remember when we had that space around the time that Swerve Strickland won the title, and we were talking about Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty and Brian Keith constantly losing on AEW television? But have you noticed
That they're not on TV.
that since Swerve won the title,
That they're
they are
not on
not
TV.
being featured at all?
I just said that
They're
they're
not
not
being
on
featured
TV.
on Dark, Elevation, Rampage, Collision, which is generally where they were losing at.
Dark doesn't exist
Have you
anymore.
noticed that Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, and any other Black Americans have not wrestled since Swerve Strickland won the title?
You know, dark doesn't exist anymore. But to answer your question, no. But does that matter? You know they can.
Why do you think
You
that
know. You
is,
know they
Ronald?
can go somewhere else and succeed, right?
But they are stuck under contract,
Which they can obviously argue to Tony about, or just request
which
to.
is holding their career up.
Are you sure about that? They can look literally
Last
request a
time a
release.
Black American argued with Tony
Oh
Khan,
yeah, you know Big Swole. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he got Jonathan Gresham blackballed.
Didn't Jonathan Gresham have a temper tantrum?
See, it's called a temper tantrum when a Black American man stands up
That's
for himself.
literally what it
See,
is with
that's
everyone,
why
Shorty.
they. That's why Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty won't say how they feel because they would be deemed as having a temper tantrum. Swole was deemed as having a temper tantrum.
Was she?
Naomi was deemed as having a temper tantrum, despite her never saying nothing.
And she succeeded.
Never saying nothing
And she
about the
and she
situation.
succeeded in
White
TNA.
folk treated Naomi like shit.
And she succeeded in TNA, didn't she?
Damn sure did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was about to say.
You
I thought
know,
you had nothing to say about that.
TNA is invested in the Black American wrestlers. Have been lately.
Okay. So yeah. So then
I
why
can
invest
respect
all this
TNA.
time
Not to
in
mention
AEW?
TNA provides pretty damn good wrestling.
Then why have all this wage against AEW if there are more wrestling companies that do
Because
invest in the black?
AEW is
Why?
being broadcast. AEW is being broadcast on on a larger platform, making Black Americans look foolish
Oh my
or
God.
non-existent. Would you not agree?
Do you not see that there are more wrestling companies where
Do you
blacks
take
exist?
Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty
Man, I keep getting
seriously?
talked over. I keep getting talked over.
Do you take them seriously
I keep
as
I
competitors?
keep getting talked over.
Or when you look at them, you automatically know that they're going to
You
lose,
do
right?
realize it's a scripted show, right? Is that wrong?
And so you
So
purposely
so you're
making
so you're
these
saying
Black
that
Americans,
even a scripted show can make black wrestlers look
right?
bad.
So they're purposely making these Black
You
American
do
wrestlers look like
realize
trash. These Black Americans, do Shane Taylor have creative control?
they're backstage in all talks, right?
Do
This is
Lee
what
Moriarty have creative control? Are there any Black American producers in AEW?
but you're focused on
Why are you not
AEW
answering these
too
questions? Why are
much.
you protecting the image of white supremacy?
So
You
AEW is
can't
a so
admit,
AEW is white
you can't
supremacy.
admit,
That's what you're saying.
well, who's successful under Swerve Strickland?
buddy.
in which you admitted that AEW could do a lot better with him,
So you're saying
including putting him in
so you're
more
saying
main events.
basically that if Swerve should win, that all black wrestlers should win. Is that your statement?
At least some.
So
You
no, no,
admitted
no.
that there were none
That's
that
what
were
you're
being
saying. You
featured.
want all black
At
wrestlers
least,
to win.
excuse me. At least some. At least one. There is not one that is winning at all. They're not even being featured. So what are you
That's
talking
exactly what
about?
you're
They're not
saying,
being
man.
featured at all.
That's what you're
That's not
saying.
exactly what I'm saying. Do you hear what I'm
Yes, it
saying?
is what you're
I
saying.
said it. I broke it down to at least one.
That is definitely what you're saying.
Can you name me one black American that has been successful in AEW since Swerve Strickland won the AEW championship?
You keep going back to this over and over again. How many times you're gonna
But
do
you
this?
refuse to answer the. Oh, my
Because
bad. You
you
did answer
answer
it.
over
You
and
said
over
no.
again.
So you're not giving me a reason as to why this is happening.
Like Jesus.
You're not trying to attribute it to racism, but you're
You
not
literally think
telling
it's
me why
racism.
it's happening.
If it was racism, do you
Well, what else could it be then?
HB HB? If it was racism,
If it's not racism, if it's
if it
not
was
racism,
racism, do you think that
if it's not racism, if it's not racism, then what is it?
if it was, do you think they'd still work there?
For a paycheck, yes. There are some
Okay,
Negroes
there you
that
go
need
then.
to
So
feed
what the
their
fuck is
family
your point? What the fuck?
for a paycheck. I literally said for a paycheck. So, look, pay
Like
attention to this.
Jesus.
I answered your question. Now it's time for you to answer mine. If it's not racism, then why aren't they being featured at all?
How about that wrestlers can take time off? Has that ever occurred to you? Why you think you haven't seen Shane, Lee Moriarty? Hell, why we haven't seen um why we haven't even seen Scorpio Sky? Why you think Will Hobbs is out
Hmm.
right now? Ever thought
So,
of
do
that?
you think that black Americans are taking time off in solidarity due to the racism in AEW?
Due to racism in
Just because they
AEW.
haven't reported it, do you think that's the reason why they are not wrestling? Do you think they collectively came together and said, "Hey, we don't like how we're being treated. We're going to
I
strike." And they're not making this public. But do you think that since you're saying that
now
they
you're
are
gonna
taking time
you
off, do you believe that that's the reason why they're taking time off?
now you're assuming that Tony threatens them.
I did not say that. I did not mention Tony at all. I did not say nothing about no
But
threats,
you
and I
were
did not
alluding
mention
to it.
Tony. I need you to listen to. See, this is why you get muted. I need you to listen to the question. You said that wrestlers could take time off, meaning that you're telling me that Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Private Party, Captain Sean Dean, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Scorpio Sky, Queen Amendia, Athena, they're all taking time off. And you literally asked me that do I believe that these wrestlers would work for AEW if they were if it was racism. So I got that thought, and I'm thinking, like, well, wait a minute. You said that they taking time off. Then again, you asked me if they would work for them, but they're bounded under contract, so they can't just quit, but they probably can strike. And AEW is refusing to release them. Do you think that they're collectively coming together to not work with AEW? Do you think that they all took time off at the same time, just in solidarity because of how black American wrestlers are being treated in AEW?
Obviously no, because that's just fucking stupid how you just said it. You sound fucking stupid.
Mm. It's stupid to collectively come together and stand up for
You
yourself.
really think that's
Isn't
what's
that
gonna
what
be?
Dr. King did? Isn't that what Malcolm X did? Isn't that what Stokely Carmichael did? Isn't that what the Black Panthers did? But that's stupid, right? Okay.
In wrestling,
Oh, mm,
in pro wrestling,
okay. Oh, so continue to take abuse.
where's the
So,
abuse?
okay, so
Where's the
clarify
abuse?
it then, because I'm confused. These are the things that I'm coming up with. What are your
Where's the
reasonings?
abuse?
They're losing
That's not
constantly on
abuse. That's
television.
jobbing.
That is
That's not
abuse.
abuse.
Oh, so all black Americans are good for an AEW is just a
Y'all
job.
said jobbing is being abused. Wow.
All
You
black
do realize
Americans.
wrestling companies need jobbers, right?
So they make
Has
them
that not
black.
crossed your mind? And not
Gotcha.
because of skin
I
color
understand.
neither.
So, well, they most of AEW, all of AEW jobbers under Swerve Strickland, all of AEW Black American wrestlers
So
are
Shane
jobbers.
Taylor and Lee Moriarty are all now.
Powerhouse Hobbs was jobbing before he
And I
left.
knew you watched AEW because you
Scorpio
listed all the
Sky,
names.
Scorpio Sky was jobbing before he left. Keith Lee was jobbing before he left. Queen the Media Dealer was jobbing before she left. I
Queen is
mean,
in Ring of
Private
Honor.
Party was jobbing before they left. I mean, they're mixed, but the Martin brothers was fucking jobbing before they left. I mean, who is winning consistently in AEW before they left? Help me
This
out.
guy. Now you're going hysterical.
Who
Now,
is the most successful Black American
now,
AEW wrestler under Swerve
now
Strickland?
you're in hysterical mode. Keith
In
Lee.
AEW's
Keith
entire
Lee.
history,
Let
who is the
Keith
most
Lee right now.
successful
See,
Black
see,
American wrestler in
and
AEW?
you're in hysterical mode. You're not letting me talk.
Who? No, actually not who. Name me every successful AEW Black American wrestler in the history of AEW. Every successful one.
Yeah,
And
you're gonna
tell me
mute
their
me. You're gonna
successors.
mute me. Watch. You're not gonna let me talk.
Well, let's see. If you get to talking bullshit or deflecting, you're damn right.
So
We here at Rasslin with Racism would like to thank each and every single American Negro for checking out this program. Please, feel free to leave your comments below. And if you are not subscribed, check out the other content. And if it hits you to the core, subscribe and share to every single American Negro that you know, whether they are wrestling fans or not. In the meantime, be sure to take care of yourself as an individual and take care of one another as family, as our ancestor, Frankie Beverly, stated plainly